I wasn't expecting Caitlin Clark to be coming back this early, but ESPN put out an article earlier this week kind of summing up. They was predicting Caitlin Clark to be back by August the 12th. Now, this just came out of the pipeline of the Indiana Fever front office. Let's pull it up right now.
You've given your time, energy, and body for everyone else. Now you have to protect yourself. This isn't just another athlete rehabbing from an injury. It's a global superstar trying to juggle personal health with the economic weight of an entire ecosystem built around her. Clark herself explained the unusual challenge of returning without the benefit of a ramp-up period. It's not like I have a training camp to build up to playing my first game again. It's like, no, you're tossed into game 30. Go try to play well. She's navigating the unpredictable stop-and-go recovery that comes with soft tissue injuries, all while fully aware that every game she misses means significant financial hits, not just for her team, but for multiple organizations across the WNBA.
Caitlin effing Clark is a game-time decision. She is a game-time decision. She is, as far as I'm aware, someone said she's listed as questionable on the app. Someone said on the app she is listed as questionable. But she is a game time decision, apparently. Look, if we're gonna be honest, no, she's a game time.
Here's what makes Clark's looming return even more electrifying. The Indiana Fever have been in full-blown crisis mode since she went down. Both backup point guards, Ari McDonald and Sydney Carlson, suffered season-ending injuries in the August 7 matchup against the Phoenix Mercury, forcing the team to scramble and sign 12-year veteran Odyssey Sims to a hardship contract. Still, the Fever have fought valiantly, going 6-4 in their last 10 games without Clark, including a dominant 92-70 rout of the Chicago Sky while dressing only 9 players. Kelsey Mitchell slid into the point guard role seamlessly, torching Chicago for 26 points, 8 assists, and just 1 turnover. Aaliyah Boston has been putting up video game numbers, hitting 78% from the field over a 4-game stretch. But everyone inside the Fever organization knows the uncomfortable truth. This is borrowed time. They can survive without Clark for a while, but they can't thrive. Without her, there's no championship run, no sustained ratings juggernaut, no sold-out arenas from coast to coast. Even Sophie Cunningham admitted it. The Fever look like 2 entirely different teams, one with Clark and one without.
Caitlin Clark may be back, and that will leave a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games left to get ready for the playoff run. Right now, you're looking at the Atlanta Dream, or you're looking at the Phoenix Mercury, which should be very interesting considering all the plots around.
When Clark hits the road, the numbers explode. Ticket prices jump an average of 140%, with resale seats averaging $312. Of the 10 best-selling WNBA games on StubHub this season, every single one featured the Fever. Retail tells the same story. Dick's Sporting Goods reported a 233% spike in WNBA merchandise sales year over year, while Fanatics saw overall WNBA merch sales rocket more than 500%. Clark herself ranks among the top 20 best-selling athletes in all sports and 6th among basketball players, NBA stars included. Her Nike deal, reportedly worth $28 million over 8 years, makes her WNBA salary of $76,535 look like a rounding error, underscoring the massive gap between her value to the league and what she's actually paid.
You could argue this intelligently. No one person means as much to their league, whatever league it is, as Caitlin Clark means to the WNBA. And no person has done more for their league than what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. Patrick Mahomes does not mean that much to the NFL. Steph Curry does not mean that much to the NBA. LeBron James does not mean that much to the NBA. She is a monster. When we look back on this, Caitlin Clark will be for the WNBA what Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were for the...
Sports economist Ryan Brewer has projected Clark's economic impact this season could soar to $1 billion, and that's not hype for headlines. That figure includes merchandise sales, tourism, broadcast deals, and every other revenue stream fueled by a cultural force who transcends the game itself. Her presence alone carries an estimated $340 million value for the Fever, elevating them from a middling franchise to the crown jewel of the WNBA. And those ripple effects don't stop in Indianapolis. They spread across the entire league.
You can't tell me that the Caitlin Clark effect isn't real. You knew when news broke yesterday that Caitlin Clark was going to be out for a few weeks, that ticket prices were going to go down, but I never expected them to go down 71% for the rivalry game. I can't help but laugh because the first thing that I thought of when I saw this was a quote that we got last year from Angel Reese when she was talking about how people don't just watch the WNBA for Caitlin. They watch it because of her as well. Hate to say it, those numbers don't lie. They're watching because of Caitlin.
The ticket market told the same grim tale. With Clark in the lineup, Fever games averaged $137 a seat, but without her, they sank to an $80 bargain bin buy. When Indiana faced Chicago without both Clark and Angel Reese, tickets that once fetched $86 dropped to a humiliating $25. Even marquee matchups weren't spared. Premium seats that went for $210 plunged to $95, and the cheapest options tumbled from $86 to $25. Teams that had moved games to bigger arenas in anticipation of Clark's drawing power were left holding the bag. The Washington Mystics even shifted their matchup to Baltimore to cash in on the Clark effect, only to watch prices freefall from $41 to $14 the moment she was rolled out.
We're on the verge of seeing Caitlin Clark become bigger than the sport herself. WNBA viewing attendance is up over 200% since she joined the league. The Indiana Fever actually are outselling the Pacers, averaging over 17,000 attendance per game. That's crazy. $1 billion is the estimated increase in WNBA valuation based on Caitlin Clark alone. $1 billion. Now, this is up about 25% from the total economic value. Crazy to see these kind of numbers. I think we're on the verge of seeing something like MJ Tiger, where the average consumer goes to the TV because of somebody.
But it gets uglier. National WNBA viewership for all games nosedived by 55% during Clark's absence. Let that marinate for a second. More than half the league's TV audience vanished because one player was sidelined. That's not just star power. That's an economic lifeline so critical it would make any Fortune 500 CEO wake up in a cold sweat.
Caitlin Clark's agent, Aaron Kane, said Caitlin will never be paid what she's worth by the WNBA because it is quite literally impossible for them to pay her what she's worth. An economist at Indiana University Columbus calculated that Caitlin Clark was responsible for $36 million in economic impact to the city of Indianapolis, and that she is responsible for 27% of the entire WNBA's economic activity for this past season, including attendance, merchandise sales, and television. One player in a big league responsible for 27% of the economic.
Here's the cold, uncomfortable truth everyone knows, but few will say out loud. Before Clark's groin injury on July 15th, Indiana Fever games were pulling in a jaw-dropping 1.81 million viewers on average. The second she vanished from the lineup, that audience cratered to just 847,000. That's a brutal 53% freefall, a ratings collapse that slammed into the league like a freight train loaded with nothing but reality checks.